Hi friends, so I'm looking at my map and I'm realizing there's some spaces I haven't gone down yet. I haven't gone down Doug Davis Drive, even though I'm gonna cover it, even though there's not really anything to look at there. But Doug Davis Drive was cut through in 1971, and then Clay Place is over there, Hamilton, Harding, and Rainey. I'll go cover those, and we'll go check out what that looks like now. It's a windy day today, so I don't know that I'll be able to speak that much. But here we are going south on Atlanta Avenue towards Doug Davis Drive. There is the City of Hapeville Criminal Justice Center. Delta over there, and I believe that's still Wells Fargo. This area was dedicated in 1971, and there's some video provided from my friend Kathy. Right about this spot is where the Hapeville High School band was set up. Right about here. This was all cleared out in 1971. You can see it in the video. All of this, there was just nothing here. And they had just cut this through, and the Hapeville High School band and a lot of locals, including Glenna Mae Davis, Doug Davis's mother, whom this street is named after, they were here. Airport property now. To the right, just a further bit down here, where right about where this entrance is to Delta, it used to be called Virginia Place, a residential area. Right about here is where Virginia Place went in to that property. And we're coming up to Clay Place and Virginia. This is now Pit Boss Barbecue. They used to be over there, but they moved to here. Johnny's Pizza is over here. And here we are at the intersection. Crossing Clay Place and going down Virginia Avenue now. This used to be the Teddy Bear Cafe. Schlotzsky's, Wendy's, Virginia Curve Package. Famous Hollywood celebrity movie star stayed there in 1960s. You can find that story elsewhere in my videos, I believe. 3469, we're on Harding. New build over here. That looks like a remodel at 3460. 3463. 3453. 3454, 3450 over there, 3449, this is Orchard Street, and I guess I'll come back around, 3439 and 3435, Harding. new builds at 3436 and 3430. A duplex, 3426. And whatever the one in the back is, there's 3425. God, that one's really pretty. 3419, 3420, 3416. So cute, old 40s home. Look at that. I love that house. 3415. Oh, so adorable. Then we've got a duplex down here at what is this? 866. Well, that's odd. A and B. We go from the 3400s to 866. And here we are at Custer and Harding. And I stopped here a moment at 876 Custer. And let's turn around and cover all of Custer, and then we'll come back to Rainey. We'll go down to Central on Custer. Thought I'd been over here before, but I guess not. There's 867. Oh, I see, 866. That's strange that that's the address of that duplex, although it's facing Harding. 862. There's a new build there at 859. There's 855. 856, a cute little brick home. That's got some work happening on it at 850. 849. Now this neighborhood, back in the early 30s, there's 841. 846. Here we are at the corner of Hamilton. This neighborhood was advertised, here's 840. Now this home, sorry, I'll finish my statement in a second. There's 835, 834. A friend of mine lived in this house when I first moved here, and he let me know that this is the only house in town that is a kit home. I think he said it was, back in the day, it was ordered from the Sears and Roebuck catalog. You could do that. It was a kit home. It's the only one in Hapeville. I haven't looked that up to see what that is, but I need to look it up. This is 826. And then right here is a business called Doggy Style Atlanta. It's a local dog grooming place. And I love it because, as you can see, the house is situated on a lot that is right here facing the intersection prominently of Willingham and Custer right here, which is pretty unrecognizable if you grew up here. When I got here, this lot was empty, but it used to be a gas station right here where Willingham and Central split. There's the in-city suites, but that is now called Paper Plane. It's a Thai restaurant and it's very popular here in town. But as you can see, we're covering the Virginia Park area. So what I was gonna say is the Virginia Park area, back in the 30s when this development was made, I found articles from the time period that would attract women in particular. The ads were targeted towards women of Atlanta in particular and telling them, ride the trolley down, because we had a trolley on tracks back then that could bring you down from Atlanta over to East Point and then right up this way. And it says you can get off the trolley right here at this intersection and check out the model home. That may have been a model home as well, I don't know, but the way that they're situated suggests that that definitely was one. And you would come down here and these were all empty lots, but you could pick a home and pick a lot and move to Virginia Park. And at that time, Hapeville was attractive as an escape from city life in Atlanta. You could come down here and the clean air, the birds, the trees, and the spring water down here was a popular selling point. So that's 820, number 820, and we're gonna continue back down Custer and go back. Now this lot, the home, when I moved here 7 years ago, the home that was here was in disrepair. They tore it down and put a new build up at 817. That is a big house. Big pretty house. And we've got 827. Oh, and 825. I never noticed. That's a duplex. Look at that. Now, there was probably another home right here on this empty spot. Can't be sure. Yes, you can see the cement foundation of it back there. And then 835. Yep, because there, oh, it said garage, but the garage is gone. Okay, that answers that. We're covering back what we saw on the way down. Now we're gonna head down to Rainey. Virginia Park is, I would say, the area of Hapeville, because I live across the tracks on the other side, over past where Joe Wells Elementary School was, so I'm not over on this side a lot. But Northwoods, in addition to Northwoods, this area is, I would say, the best kept as far as the architecture and just the general look of this area. Virginia Park has a lot of pride. 882. As does Northwoods. There's 886A, that's another duplex. And there is, I always forget the name of this road, Colville, I think. I don't think I've been down this yet, have I? Or maybe I have. I'm gonna go down it anyway. 3388, new build there. 3382, 3378. Another duplex here, 3374 and 72. Another duplex, I think, 3366 and apartment 1 and 2, yep. A new build here at 3362, and all the way until Willingham, it's 3 new builds, 3358 and 3356. 100 years ago, there was a goat farm on this corner. Yeah, I'm having memories that I've been in this area before. If you watch my videos, you're like, Dewey, you've been there, you just forgot. And then there's Margaret Street, which I'm gonna go down, but I think I've done that too, but why not? We'll get to Rainey. That was 903, 907. These are all new builds over here until you get close to the corner. 911. 917. Wow, it's incredible. This one looks like it's a renovated. Yep, that's not new, that's a renovated. 921, beautiful. So is this one. 925. And then on the corner, this is a new build. As we approach, oh gosh, guys, what is this called? Lang? I think this is Lang. And of course, all of that used to be part of Hapeville as well. This duplex, I think, is interesting because it's 924 and whatever's next to it, but it has this sign on it that says, "In loving memory of Joseph Sims Thrailkill, 1954." Sims and Thrailkill, two names that you definitely hear a lot of when you research the history of Hapeville. Thrailkill in particular, they actually are one of the founding families of Hapeville. This is 922. The Thrailkills actually farmed and owned the land that is now the airport. That's how far back that family goes. I don't know that there are any Thrailkills in Hapeville anymore, but up until the 70s and maybe even the 80s, we had 3 Thrailkills in town. Don't see the number of that house. 912, a new build. 910, cute little brick house. I just think it's interesting how these old ones survive and then they get built up around. You just wonder how that happens. 908. So pretty much all of it on this street is all new builds. 902. So now we are turning right on Colville. And a friend of mine lives in this beautiful original home, this beautiful blue house at 3371. 3379. And we're going to turn right on Custer and continue our way over to Rainey. Some more new builds here. And then we go down Rainy and we pass here on the corner of this beautiful 3405. Gosh, that's so idyllic. 3404 on the other side. 3409. This house has significance. I've mentioned it before. There's a story, it's a Netflix documentary, but there's a Hapeville guy. He was brought up in the orphanage, and I think it's called The Girl with the... Oh, I can never remember the name of the show, but this house figures into it because a little girl got kidnapped, and then she was a toddler, and he left her here on this street, and she wandered by, and they took her into that house and contacted her family. But there's a documentary on Netflix about it. The Girl... Oh, I can't remember. I don't see the number of that house, but the one next to it is 3419. That one's been renovated recently. 3420. 3426. That looks like it's a duplex. It is. So that would be what, 26 and 28? A friend of mine owned that house for a little while. It's adorable inside. 3425. There's 3429, a new build. Gosh, I like their garage. That is 3430. There's a house almost identical to that on Myrtle Street. There's 3436. Once again, we're in the Virginia Park area. 3440. And let me just stop here at the intersection. So on the left is 3440, and on the right is a new build. But that one is facing Orchard Street. I'm pretty sure I've gone down Orchard Street before, but I'm gonna continue down Rainy so I don't get distracted at what I'm doing. 3455 right here on the corner. It's being renovated. They're working on it now. There's 3454, the brick one on the right, so that must be 3452. I can't tell. There's 3460. 3459. This one looks like it's sitting here empty. 3463. And 3460 there on the left, the little yellow house, so cute. 3462. Two original homes here as well from the 40s that have American small type houses. 3465. And then this one, look. Oh, how cute. 3469. Look how beautiful that is. Look at the curb appeal of that one. They've done such a good job because look what's happened. This retail complex and restaurants got built right next to them. So they've got a parking lot right on the other side, but they're doing a great job with keeping their house looking just so inviting. 3468 and then 3472, but you can see there's a Dunkin' Donuts, a Your Pie, Moe's Grill. What used to be here is an apartment complex that was built in the 50s. Now here's an empty lot. You can see the driveway to nowhere and the stairs to nowhere. But somebody's home sat on this lot, whatever the number was. The one before was 3472, so I'm guessing, what have we been going up or down in numbers? This would have been 3470 or 3474. I wasn't paying attention. But it's just sitting here empty, and here we are at the intersection of Virginia Avenue and Rainy. And the airport is over there, but the airport used to be right here on the street. This area has changed considerably because of the airport over the last 100 years. You can see the Hilton in the distance there. I think that opened in early 80s, I forget. We're going back down Rainy to Orchard. I'm sort of just like haphazardly riding around here trying to cover this area that I had not covered before. But there's something that I love over here on Orchard Street. There's a brand new apartment complex over here, but what has survived next to it is a cute little apartment complex. Maybe 4 apartments. Look at that. That little building. Sorry about the wind. We're on Orchard, a new build at 3477 and 3481. But I love this old apartment complex. Did any of you ever live in it? 3480 A. I think maybe it just has two, A and B. But you can see built next to it, we've got brand new townhomes over here. They're gorgeous. Coming up to Elkin Street. Hello. And here we are in Elkin Street, or the crossing of Orchard and Elkins. And back in the day, the neighborhood would have continued this way. There would have been homes. You can actually see remnants of it right there. See the wall and the drive. But all of this, because of the airport and the expansion, all of this turned commercial between Elkins, Orchid, Lang, this whole area, not Orchid, Orchard Street. And that's where we are now. We're at the intersection of Lang and Orchard. And Lang now ends right here at this this building that was owned by Delta at one point. It's empty right now. But Lang used to go straight through before the highway was constructed, before 85 was constructed. This street, Lang, went from behind me on Virginia Avenue all the way through to Central Avenue. And the way I know this is I found an article about a train hitting a car at the intersection of Central Avenue and Lang, which means before this was built, before this security shack was here to stop you, straight ahead you could go. See, it's all abandoned now. Straight ahead you could go and you would end up out on Central. All of this was Hapeville neighborhood. Now it's an abandoned parking lot. An abandoned parking lot. But they've been trying to lease this at least for the last decade. And I'm sure you all have many memories of that building. It's been several different things in my understanding. But now here we are back at the intersection. Oh, so I said Lang earlier, and I was wrong. This is Elkins. I called it Lang earlier, but it's Elkins. 931, 930, 924. That's so cute. Back there is a little white one. I don't know the number, but that's 923 next to it. These are so tiny and cute. 919, 915. I just love these old Hapeville, old Georgia style homes that have survived, because I can see them and imagine what it was like before all of this happened. Now this is gorgeous. It's beautiful. It's progress. There's something beautiful about both ways of living, but I think that's it. That's what I wanted to show you today. Took another chunk out of the map. And we'll take one last stretch to Hamilton Avenue here, because I think there's a little piece of it that I had not covered. Here's a new build on the corner. An original. That looks like that's a duplex. It has an entrance on either way, but I don't know what the number is. And then we've got 3400 on a very interesting kind of sideways lot, an old apartment complex here, a building at 3407 and 3411. That's cute. One of the kids that perished in the 1968 nursery explosion lived in that gray apartment complex in the top apartment. And then there's this house here at, I can't see the number, but the one next to it, 3415. Cute original brick house. That one it looks like it's been added to, an original house that's been added to. And then of course, oh, this is a brand new build. Hello. Good, thank you. 3419. Very modern new build here. And it's across from this isn't really a park, but the creek comes through right here. So it's kind of like a park. But it's just idyllic back here. It's idyllic to be this close to the airport, but to live in an area that's as pretty as this is. And that's Orchard Street again. This is a park. Used to be homes. This is fronted on the other side by Virginia Avenue, and there were homes sitting right here. I've had some of you tell me that you remember the families that lived in these homes, and the creek went right behind it. Right behind it is a new build at 3511. And then here we are up to Virginia Avenue with all the businesses. Schlotzsky's on this side. And what used to be the Teddy Bear Grill and is now the Greek restaurant on the other side. Okay, I am going to stop here at Virginia Avenue. I hope you enjoyed this. Create yourselves a great day. Bye.